gamers and game mets, I cannot wait to talk to y'all about this one. But what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Tanek127, and yo, woo, baby, we got a lot to discuss today. So, long story short, just yesterday I was browsing through my YouTube feed as usual, just looking for gaming news, seeing what's going on and stuff like that. And I see IGN drop a trailer for a game called Darkcraft. Now, when you look at the trailer and you look at the cover image of the game, you literally put two and two together and you say to yourself, oh, okay. A Dark Souls Minecraft kind of deal. Especially, with the name, Darkcraft. I mean, that was literally what came to mind. The blocky looking figures, the Minecraft-like aesthetic to the game, but the Dark Souls, fantasy vibes and all that stuff, and the environments and everything. But then I'm watching the trailer through, right? I get all the way to the end, and it says the first Souls-like MMO RPG.
What did he say?
Guys, I could not make this up if I wanted to. Bandai, FromSoft, what the hell? Why is somebody beating y'all to this? Now, in all fairness, a Souls-like MMO would probably start as a complete nightmare in terms of optimization, because we know how things go when with FromSoft's games optimization at times, especially in the games early in the life cycle. They improve it, but we know they launch a little rough and buggy sometimes. No hate to FromSoft. I love the boys, just saying. But you guys have heard me say several times, I would love a Souls-like MMO. And I don't know how somebody beat FromSoft to this punch. Because, I was sure they would do it eventually. Because, Dark Souls games, they kind of tease that in a way, with how the ghosts of other players run around in your world and stuff like that. It's not an MMO, per se, but, it's just those kind of little things tease that idea. And I would figure, that it would cross their mind. But yes, guys, this is Darkcraft, being brought to us by Take Top Entertainment. This is a free-to-play MMORPG coming out on PC sometime in the future. There's no console version confirmed as of right now. And Take Top Entertainment, I really haven't heard too much about these guys. I tried to do a little bit of homework, and I'm not going to lie. Their game resume has me just a wee bit concerned.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of worried me. A bunch of mobile simulator games, but never judge a book by its cover. Epic Games went from flopping with Paragon to creating the most successful live service game on the planet right now. So anything can happen. Any developer can do anything. I'm not going to sleep on these guys, just because they make a bunch of little funny mobile games. But that is going to keep me skeptical in the back of my mind. Because we all know that mobile games do have a thing for being predatory. And not to mention, this is going to be a free-to-play title. But anyway, what is Darkcraft? Darkcraft is the first MMORPG in the Souls-like genre. Explore an open world filled with ruined castles, forgotten temples, and enemies waiting for their prey. Play solo or with friends, hunt bosses, join guilds, fight other players, and prove your right to reign supreme. Now, from that description alone, we've learned several things real simple. You can play it solo, you can play it with friends, there's going to be world bosses, dungeons, there's going to be guilds, there's going to be PvP. So all that stuff is going to be in there. And, and if it's a game trying to do this whole Souls-like thing, you would already kind of figure that. So I don't know how PvP is going to work it, if it's just going to be open world and you get attacked on sight, or if there's going to be like a type of invasion mechanic where you invade somebody's instance, or, better yet, what if you're doing a 5-man dungeon with your friends, and a player has the option, to invade and make the dungeon even harder. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. I'm just messing around, throwing ideas out there. But they don't have too much announced about the game right now. They do have a page on Steam. I'll leave that link down in the video description where you guys can check it out. It even says planned release date to be announced. So we have no clue if this is coming in 2025, which I highly doubt. Most likely probably 2026 or later. They give some details about the game. They show a few screenshots, a little bit of teasers. They talk about the gameplay real quick. On the bright side, it does say the game has controller support. And being a Souls-like, I would hope that that's the case. So, that does leave the window open for the game working with console, but, them just being a mobile developer, and you guys know how I feel when it comes to mobile devs, and no hate to these guys or anything, but I do not trust mobile devs when it comes to games coming to console or them bringing the games to console. Every time a mobile dev says they're going to bring a game to console, which these guys have not said, so I'm not going to criticize them for something they haven't done. Let's make that clear, they haven't said it, but in my experience, and as you guys can see, every time a mobile dev says they're bringing a game to console, it's either vastly delayed or it never happens. How many mobile games have I covered here on the channel now that were supposed to come to console that haven't came yet? I can literally think of 6 right now that we're still waiting on. They promised console versions and literally just went dark. But anyway, this will be available on Steam sometime in the future. The aesthetic and idea does look pretty cool. However, I'm not going to judge yet and get my hopes too high until I see gameplay. But the fact that somebody out there wants to do a Souls-like MMO, this is going to pioneer one or two things. This is either going to be great and we're all going to enjoy it, or it's going to be terrible and we may hate it, but it might inspire somebody who can do it right to take the idea and run with it. Like I said, I was really hoping FromSoft were going to be the ones to do this at the end of the day, but the fact that, somebody out there wants to do this, I think is really freaking cool. Let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.